Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in description below. If you're enjoying these videos and reviews, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. So we're up to episode 5 in She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. This one's called Remember, and it's written by Noelle Stevenson. If you go back and check out my early reviews in season 1, my favorite episode still by far is episode 11 of season 1, also written by Noelle Stevenson. She can write when she wants to. Is this one as good as that? No. It has too narrow of a focus for it to be truly great because it just sticks with one character. And we know, the audience, we know what's going on. We're just waiting for Adora to figure it out. So it kind of drags a little bit. I like the concept, kind of. It's just I felt like it should have been more varied and more variety. But we open up and like the last episode, it ended with Catra pulling the lever and opening the portal. But it wasn't necessary, for as far as I understand, it wasn't opening the portal so Hordak can bring his soldiers over. It like made an alternate reality or fractured time or set off the human instrumentality program. I don't know what this thing did, but it looks like we're in the past. Back in season 1, Catra wakes up Adora and they're just like bunkmates again. It's just like how it used to be. But everything's a little different because didn't they have bunk beds before? Like they slept in a barracks. But everything's back to, just how it was. Catra's kind of like, hey, Dora, when's the last time I had to wake you up? Come on, let's go. We have to, like she's being nice, like kind of how she used to be. Adora is getting ready. She has her Force Captain badge. So I'm thinking, oh, this is interesting. Let's see where this is going. Adora's walking around and everyone's looking at her. Oh, that's Adora. There she is. And they're like saluting her and everything. Because in this world, in this reality, this timeline, this universe, Adora never found the sword, never joined the rebellion. In that first mission, she actually completed it. They took that little town and I guess they ravaged it. And everyone's like cheering for her and everything. So she's like, the coolest, like she's super cool to everyone because she moved up to she's like everyone's respect because she won that battle. It was her first one. She did all these great things. She led her troops. I think it's funny here, just all these soldiers talk, which is weird because we never really hear them say anything like ever in the show. But you ever notice that all the voices, they sound very, they're all female. Which is okay. All the soldiers are female. She starts to get these weird feelings like this isn't right. Something feels weird. She starts getting her flashbacks of her previous life, but she just feels like that that didn't happen. Wait a minute. Now she has memories that are in this timeline where they took down this town, and she's like, oh yeah, I did do that, and everyone's like, she's feeling cool about it because I'm the Force Captain now. Remember in season 1 we had Bad Touch Catra? She's all over this episode where she's constantly touching Adora, grabbing on her, playing with her hair, touching her face. It was always like, I thought, well, if they're close friends, this is like super weird. And now that we know, we have the knowledge of Catra is 1000% lesbians with Adora, it makes this kind of touching very, very inappropriate and almost... it's abusive in a weird way. I don't like it. I never liked this whole let me grab you and touch you every time I see you. Then Catra bumps into another soldier, and of course it's a guy because he's a jerk, he's an ass.
Hey, watch where you're going, twerp.
Get out of here. But she sees that Catra's with Adora and like, oh no, sorry, I didn't know you were with Force Captain Adora. And then many pardons, and he like does like 1,000 bows and walks out. And then they laugh about it and like, oh, this is that weird fun-loving Catra that we saw in the very beginning of season 1, where she's like kind of making fun of the guy and they're kind of laughing, they're yucking it up. We get a very strange line. This is a red flag.
Where are we going again? To the locker room. There's something I want to show you.
Never follow someone who says, I got a surprise for you in a locker room. Nothing good ever happens there. Trust me. But we start getting more seeds of things aren't right. She's like, oh, why are we going the long way? Let's cut through this, through the mid door and we'll end up on the other side. She looks over and the door's gone. So we know this fractured timeline multiverse thing is screwing up. At first it always starts out with little things. Doors, maybe close, buildings, things move around, and it's messing with the Dora's head. She's like, God, what's going on? There was a door here. Bad Touch Catra, I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. And I've always hated Adora's little hair poofy thing. I think it looks really stupid in real life, and it looks really stupid in here. And they make fun of it. She makes fun of it. Maybe it's your hair poofy thing. Or your big forehead. She does have a big forehead. Then, of course, they're always joking with each other. Now they're like slap fighting. It's, I don't know. It's super. It makes me uncomfortable because I don't like it when don't touch me. That's weird. But they get to the locker room for the surprise. It's Kyle, Lonnie, and I'm never gonna learn this lizard guy's name because they never say it enough. But they like made her a cake, like, oh, a celebratory cake. They take the time to crap all over Kyle. Is there a reality or a timeline where Kyle isn't treated like absolute garbage? But they're like, oh, we decided to make you a cake and we used all our rations. We used all Kyle's rations. Like, couldn't they share? But it's funny how in this world, it's still really crappy. It's a cake, but it's made out of food rations. So it's like not even like it probably tastes horrible, but to them, it's all they know. So it's like special to them, which is sad at the same time as it is nice that they did it. And it was like, oh, it was all Catra's idea because Catra just loves Adora and they get all over each other again. Wasn't that
Embarrassing for you.
Stop it! Get off! This is not because I like you.
Wasn't that mock rape just wonderful? Jeez Louise, get your damn hands off each other. I don't like it. They're roughhousing. They end up knocking the cake out of Kyle's hand and it hits the ground. And like, oh, Kyle, you idiot. But they're all having fun. The cake says Mara because, again, she's starting to get these, knowing that this is a fractured world, that this isn't right. And everyone's fighting and we get, they're starting to have like a little mini food fight. Shadowriver walks in. She's like, Force Captain, what are you doing here? You're kind of, you're wasting your time doing this stuff. And then she looks at Catra and I thought, oh, she's always giving her crap. So I was kind of worried, but then we actually get this scene. It actually made me feel happy. I had a smile on my face. I mean, I'm going to roll the clip right now.
Look at you. You're a mess. Go get yourself cleaned up. You're no longer children.
Wasn't that nice? Didn't it make you feel good to see Catra smile and Shadow Weaver be nice to her and, kind of caress her cheek? Oh, go get cleaned up. She was mad that they were goofing around, but she wasn't so mad at her that, she was going to treat her like garbage. I like that. I don't know why I like it so much. We did a series of reviews and videos about what we wanted to see in season 3. And the number one thing I wanted for Catra was for her to be happy, for her to find happiness in herself and happiness in her life. We see that it only happened in this fake little world, but it was nice to see. For me, at least, it was like, oh, I wish this was real. I wish this is how it was going to be for Catra. But we go on. Shadow Weaver invites Adora. Hey, we need a Force Captain's meeting. You have to come. And she's talking to her. Oh, you did great at the battle. You're getting everything you ever wanted. But like we said before, the fractured timelines or whatever are screwing up. She's starting to she looks at the window, but things are getting kind of fuzzy and weird. She's hearing voices. She's hearing Madame Razz. I brought her up in my other review for what I wanted to see. I'm like, whatever happened to her? We actually get to see her again. Shadow was like, what are you talking about? I said, let's get going. And she's like, oh yeah. Then we get a Force Captain's meeting. And in this timeline, Scorpia has never met Adora or Catra or any of those people. And look at these other Force Captains. We know Octavia, we know Scorpia, and then there's like the other two guys. And there's a really cool lizard-looking person. But it's like, where are these people? It seemed like the only Force Captains were Catra and Scorpia for a long time. And these other Force Captains never did anything. Do they have soldiers? Do they have their own part of the base, their own barracks? Like, what is the deal with these other people? I wish they would have been more integrated into the story instead of just random background characters. We see Scorpia and she's like, hey, I don't know you, but I don't like you. It's like poking her in the chest with her little pincher. And it's like, yeah, I don't like you. I don't like your hair and your little hair poofy. Like everyone keeps making fun of it. But they're having a meeting and this guy's breaking the victory at, that battle they had has set us up for our next battle. We're going to take the Sea Gate and they're kind of like doing a mission briefing. And I like this. I wish the freaking rebellion was like this. Hey, we're going to be going to this area. We have to bolster our guards. We have to protect the left flank. The enemy may come from the north. Like real cool military stuff. But as Adora's watching this, someone hands her a note and it has like an important message on it.
From rebel-controlled waters. We have a week to plan.
But seriously, it just says Mara. She keeps seeing Mara's name all the time. And I'm thinking to myself, who gave her this note? it's so weird because like certain things in the timeline, I can understand things changing, but there's stuff like this, unless it was Madame Raz was like invisible or something, they never really explain it. And she starts having flashbacks of like her previous life with her friends, with the other princesses. She has a flashback of Princess Prom. But up on screen, they're showing off the other, like, hey, you may come into contact with these princesses. They're ruthless. They don't, they're going to kill you. Like basically all that propaganda. And as she's seeing this, she's also seeing flashbacks of her previous life. So she's starting to have a freak out. She just stands up and they're like, do you have something to add, Force Captain Adora? On the screen, and the screen's gone. They're like, what are you talking about? Everything is on your report. And she's just like holding papers. So that's when you start getting those glitches and those things where things are screwing up, where little things are changing. She kind of freaks out, just runs out of there. And, you know, we got Scorpio. Oh, she's crazy. She's running down the hall. She's starting to see like the actual fractures, like the purple light, and it's starting to break. Catra catches up to her. She's like, what's going on, Adora? You're acting so weird. And she shows her the paper, but it changes this time.
Did you write this? Did I write a blank piece of paper? I'm gonna go with no.
Actually, it doesn't. It just doesn't have anything on it. And she's like, no, there was something on this paper. It was there. This isn't right. Things aren't the way they're supposed to be. And Catra's like, what are you talking about? This is super weird. You're starting to worry me. And she like straight up slaps Adora.
And you were there.
And I'm like, oh wow. But I like Catra here because she's like, I need you to calm down. You're acting all weird and getting like super nervous, and it's making me nervous. That's real. That's something people do. Like when someone's super panicky, it makes other people panicky. We start getting into time skips. She's like, come on, we're going to get some fresh air. Boom, they're already up on that little tower from the first episode. And Adora doesn't remember actually going up there. It's kind of like that episode of Futurama where they were messing with those time particles and it was screwing up all the timelines. So that's starting to happen. We're getting glitches. We're getting little things being moved around, things being different. Now we're actually getting full-on time skips. So I can only imagine what that would feel like. Could you, like, you wake up in the morning, you go, you brush your teeth, next you know, you're at work. What the hell happened? Like, then you're at school. What's going on? It would be so unnerving. Maybe to the point where I need to go to a hospital. I'm losing huge chunks of time. I am scared. That would scare anybody. But they're talking and we kind of get these little heart-to-heart moments, which I really like. I think Noelle does this little dynamic of Catra and Adora well, but it always ends up in someone getting hurt. Like, couldn't someone ever end up happy? They're like, Catra's like, we got everything. We're going to rule over Etheria. It's going to be you and me. And Adora's like, is that really what you want? It's like, yeah, it's everything we ever wanted as kids. Isn't it what you want too, Adora? And she's like, I don't know. I don't, things don't feel right. And we're starting to get some more of these time skips. She sees Lonnie and her crew down there. Hey, get down here. Let's get ready. And boom, they're just down there. Another little mini time skip. It's like, yeah, we're going to take on, we've been invited to go on we got orders to go attack the Sea Gate with you. It's going to be great. We're going to crush them. We're going to beat the princesses. And Adora's like, what are you talking about? At the meeting, we said we had a week. What are you talking about, Adora? It's been a week. So she's going absolutely crazy because losing that much time, not knowing what's going on, things are changing. It would drive anyone mad. She's getting more flashbacks. She sees Mara and starts remembering all the different battles she had. And it's like, oh, everyone keeps saying everything's fine, but things are different. Things are wrong. And she remembers Scorpia. This is I think the worst part of the episode because it doesn't make any sense. Because why would Scorpia start to remember that things aren't right, but no one else does? Eventually everyone does, but it's Scorpia who's first. Ugh. And she's like, wait a minute, I gotta find Scorpia. She doesn't think things are normal. She like hated me, so I need to go talk to her. She runs into her. Hey, things aren't right, are they? She's like, what are you talking about, Adora? And she's like, yeah, things are happening. Things are changing. I don't feel like things are right. So she's going crazy. And then Scorpia's like, yeah, I believe you. And you know what? I think there's somebody here that can help you. I'll take you to them. And then she has her curtail. She's going to like sting her and knock her out. But she like misses. I kind of thought that was funny. That was a funny little gag. But as she starts bringing up Catra and stuff, it starts to unlock Scorpia's memories. She remembers being with Catra and hearing her voice. And she remembers her attacking and trapped her like a freaking bastard. And she's like, no. Then she makes the excuses. No, it's Scorpia. You don't make excuses for abusers. That's awful. She's like, oh, she was angry. She wasn't thinking. You hear that from domestic violence abuse victims. Oh, he only threw something at me because he got angry at work. It was okay. You make all these excuses. No. Catra's behavior, regardless of how she was feeling, she hurt someone. Then she threatened you with violence. That is so wrong. But Scorpia's an idiot, and she starts to realize, things maybe aren't the way they're supposed to be. Adora's like, I need to get to Hordak's chamber. And she's like, whoa, that's a super bad idea. No one talks to Hordak unless specifically you get orders to. She's like, we're going to go do this. And of course, Scorpia kind of follows her because she's starting to get these weird feelings too that things aren't right. They get a weird sushing battle and then a weird slap fight.
You're so fired. Stop it. Don't.
I know they try to bring in, because this is very jarring and very kind of a serious situation. So they try to bring in comedy. I thought the stinger missing was pretty funny. The slap fight, not so much. Then okay, we got to take these two guards out. And we get another time skip. Boom, all the guards are taken out. And even Scorpio's like, holy crap, did I knock these guys out? Oh, they're going to fire me. But as we found out throughout season 3, you can't do anything to get fired from Hordak. You can literally be the worst person in the universe, be awful at your job, and you still just can kind of hang around. They're going to go into the room, but the door's gone. So again, more times, the time skips, the reality bending, things are falling apart, things aren't working. Another gag that's not that funny. Adora's running away. She's like, we got to find the way into the sanctum. Scorpia is like having a hard time keeping up. I'm like, okay, she's not. Why would she not be athletic? She seems to be the most physically fit of everyone. She can't keep up, whatever. She's starting to see Madame Raz's butterflies and everything. She starts following them. They end up where we think is Hordak's chamber. I don't know if it is in this timeline or it might just be where he has all his clones, but there's no clones in the water. So this is different. This is a different kind of timeline where things aren't necessarily the same. But she remembers, oh, there was a sword and I need to get it. But Catcher did something. She activated a portal. Like she's starting to put everything together. Scorpia's like, we got to get out of here. If we stick around, Hordak's going to show up and he's not going to be happy. We get, they run away. Then they run away. They hide behind like a desk or whatever. Imp comes in. Hordak's walking around and Imp finds them, starts screaming, let's get out of here. They run away. It was weird that we didn't see Hordak here do something, or really say something. We start to get some more fracturing. Things are falling apart. Things are collapsing. She's running, and Scorpia gets caught up in the collapse. And Adora's like, oh, crap. She starts to run away. She's like, I got to get out of here. I got to find this lady. And she must be part of what's going on. She catches up to Madame Raz. She's like, oh, Mara, hello, how long has it been? She always refers to Adora as Mara, which is kind of weird because they look nothing alike. And the fact that Mara is like black or not. Mara isn't white. So this old lady's an idiot. She's like, what are you doing? You know what's going on. Things are falling apart. We have to get out of here. And Madame Raz's like, oh, you can fix this, but you gotta hurry up. You're running out of time. We get more fracturing. The world's falling apart. She runs into Lonnie. She's like, Lonnie, let's go. I like how Adora's trying to save everyone. She's doing her best these people are still her friends. Even though she's starting to get these feelings about fighting against them, she's not going to just let them, die. For all she knows, if you get trapped in that light, you're killed. Tries to save Lonnie. They're running away. She's falling behind. She gets saved. I thought she was going to get trapped in the light thing. They get into the room. She turns around. She's gone. So I'm assuming she got trapped by the light, or in this timeline, she doesn't exist. And it was also weird that when she was talking to Lonnie, she's like, because what about, Catra and all them? And she's like, who are you talking about? Like she didn't remember her friends, but then she started to. So everyone's starting to realize that none of this is real. Adora starts running down the hall, finds Catra talking to these two random anime characters who look like none of the other characters in the show. They've done this multiple times. The most egregious is in the prom episode where characters were completely in different styles. They were done like there were people's OCs. They were self-inserts. These guys look like they're crappy anime Tumblr characters. In the Crimson Waste in the bar, all those furries, they were like in a different art style. They look like they came from a different show. Just like, I'm assuming the person on the left is a guy, but in this show, it could just be a flat girl because most of them are. The one on the right, I think, is a girl. I don't know. Guess, which one's which? What are the genders of these characters? She sees Catra and she's super worried. So everything's freaking out. She grabs Catra and brings her into a closet. Hey, Catra, come into the closet with me. Then they're like, Catra's like, what are you talking about, Adora? You're acting crazy. You need to calm down. Adora's like, no. We got to get the hell out of here. Things aren't right. Stop saying things are perfect. They're not. And I think, and Catra starts getting her memories back of when she pulled the lever, when all these things, but she's still fighting it as it not being real. that this is just some type of like, I don't know, in her mind, I don't know how she's justifying all these weird feelings. But she's like, no, Adora, things are fine. You're just acting weird. And just like how Catra shocked and trapped her, she gives Catra a little bit of the shock stick. She's doing it to save her. Grabs her, picks her up, starts running out there with her. The world keeps falling apart. There's more, the collapse is happening. This world can't sustain itself. They get into one of those sand skiff thingies, and wow, the vehicles. Remember vehicles in the show that we never see anymore? Wouldn't it have been nice if Catra would have had this in the Crimson Waste? But she's trying to get out. She's trying to save Catra because it's her friend. They're flying. They end up in the Whispering Woods. The Catra wakes up and she starts to fight Adora. What are you doing? You're kidnapping me. We need to go back to the Horde. They have a little fight, and they end up crashing their ship, and they all die. They hit this tree so hard, there's no way that he came out of this without broken something. But anyways, no one's hurt, of course. They start fighting over the shock stick. Adora gets her like in a headlock, and she's like, no, something's wrong. We have to get out of here. I'm not gonna, we're gonna die. We're losing everyone. All our friends are gone. Catra flips her over. They start talking, and she's like, I thought this was good. I like this. Adora gives her another chance. She's like, I'm not gonna lose you again. I didn't choose you before, but I'm choosing you now. Come with me. Let's get out of here. You and me. We can make this work. We can be together. And it's like, damn it, Catra, freaking do it. Why? You can have everything. Why not take it? But of course, Catra's being, she doesn't want to do it. She's starting to run away. They start fighting again. But the wood starts falling apart. Everything's falling apart. We got lights. You touch that light, you're dead. Catra has that flashback when they were little kids. She's like, Adora says the same thing. If we're together, we'll be safe. And then we get them. They're the cutest little kids ever. You can slap Adora and Catra on a box of like pancakes, and they could be like the mascots, and you would sell millions. They're just absolutely adorable. It's not so bad if we're together. If we have that, we'll be safe and we can move forward. That's this whole idea of staying together. And we get the flashback of when Adora first decided to join the rebellion. She's like, Catra, come with me. Let's join the rebels. Forget this, the Fright Zone and all that stuff. Come with me. She has given Catra so many chances to do the right thing, to grow, to accept your failures and push forward. But Catra can't do it. She always chooses the wrong thing. It's heartbreaking because I wanted Catra to be happy, but she can't. She can't move forward. She sees everything in her life as things that put her down, and then she's like, I would never join you. I'd rather have the whole world to be destroyed. I'd rather die in a world just to get at you so you don't win. That is some, you're irredeemable, Catra. You literally damned everyone to death, not even regular death, to be wiped from existence just so you can get back at a girl that you liked. That's you talk toxic masculinity. This is toxic femininity to the max. You couldn't possibly do anything more destructive than to erase everyone off a planet to get back at someone. They start fighting. Catra's going for kill blows now. This isn't their normal kind of fighting. She's trying to kill her. This is completely 100% a boob grab. Adora went for a feel up. He's like, hey, I may never see you again. How's it get some action, right? Pushes her back. They start fighting. The world's collapsing. She's coming at Adora's like, she's crazy. She's completely psychopath. Oh yeah, you're not gonna win. I'm gonna win, and everyone's gonna die. And this is exactly what I wanted. The word fracture starts to fall open. Catra's falling in. Adora tries to save her. Again, even after all that, she puts her hand out. Please, just in her eyes, you can see it. Let me save you. Don't do this. And Catra, I can get back at you even more. Just lets herself go. Adora believes her friend is dead. She runs away and she kind of breaks down and starts crying because even after all of this, she still cared about her. She still loved her. Was it like a physical love? But I know she does in fact love Catra as a person. But sometimes in life, even if you love someone and they make bad decisions and they make tons of mistakes, they refuse to move forward, they refuse to grow, you gotta let those people go because they will end up destroying you. They will end up bringing you down. It's heartbreaking. She's crying. Madame Razz is there. She's like, oh, Mara, we can fix this. And I guess this has all happened before. I don't like this looping timeline thing. Like, all history repeats itself. And they've done it better in other shows. Mainly Berserk. It kind of made me think of that, where everything kept happening the way that it did before. in that show how they broke the cycle and things kind of kept moving forward, so everything was like a mystery. I'm wondering if that's going to end up happening here. It just feels like this whole concept has been borrowed from a million other things. Madame Razz basically breaks it down. You need to find the sword. You got to go back to the beginning. And I'm thinking, no, I got to go back and watch season 1 again. No, she means to go. I'm assuming she's going to use time travel, go get the sword. Maybe Adora is the one who put the sword there in the first place, or she was even whispering to herself to get herself to go get the sword, kind of like that fulfilling prophecy thing. Again, it's very trope-ish, but she has to remember, and she gets that piece of paper again.
I have to remember.
No, it actually says she. The three times the joke, it's always funny. And she's like, oh, my friends, Bo and Glimmer, I gotta find them. And Madame Razz is like, yeah, you gotta go do that. And she's like, find the sword, get the sword. Madame Razz kind of lets herself get consumed by the freaking light. And I'm thinking, wow, that was pretty awesome. But this was spoiled for me because for like fan art and just people randomly posting these things on the internet. Catra didn't die. She maybe partly fell in, or maybe this is what happens to you, because I don't think the other characters got this little half negative energy thing that's going on. Two-Face comes to mind. She's alive, but she's all half nega Catra. That'd be cool if that happened to everyone, because Lonnie, Scorpia, Madame Razz, they all got sucked into this, not counting all the soldiers and everyone else there. Even Hordak got pulled into this thing. So wouldn't it be cool if they all got this cool kind of black glow? But that's the end of episode 5. Like I said in the beginning, I guess I can say it's good, but a whole episode for this. No, I thought would have been really cool is if everyone got separated into their own pocket universe, their own world. So in this world, this was kind of like Catra's ideal world. And then we got to see Bo's ideal world. We get to see Glimmer's ideal world. We get to see all these people's, what they think, what they want, but in the end, it isn't what they want. It goes to show you that maybe getting everything your heart desired maybe not be the best thing. It would have been cool to see other people's realities and stuff, but that could have been 3 or 4 more episodes. And then it all could have like converged with all the worlds converging into one. But they're not going to do that. I doubt they're going to do that because only 1 episode to go. I like that. Man, do I love that scene with Shadow Reaver and Catra. It's like 4 seconds long. I wanted this girl to find happiness, but it's not going to happen. She'd rather die and kill everyone to get back at her ex. That is so crazy. And people love Catra. I know they say the show's for little girls, but this episode, I don't know if I could sit down my nieces, that the youngest one's like 5, and she could watch this and enjoy it because it's very weird. The older kids might actually start feeling anxiety because this is a very anxiety-filled episode. Adora's freaking out and going crazy. So I don't know. This is mainly probably for older kids to like teens and stuff. What's the message for Catra? People who love Catra. Get angry, destroy the world? I don't know, but leading into episode 6, the final one, I have no clue what happens, and kind of want to see how this all is going to work out. I have 1,000 fan theories in my head, and a lot of people come up with really cool fan theories over on Discord. I cannot urge you enough to join our Discord server just to talk about fan theories and stuff about this show. She-Ra is the most popular topic at the moment, but we talk about everything. It'd be really cool to just get more ideas, more thoughts, and everyone can bounce ideas off of each other because there is a good show here. We've seen a couple episodes that prove that this show can be good. It could be excellent. It could be in the same ballpark as Last Airbender and shows like that. It's not on the same team, but they're in the stadium, but they never do. It never happens enough to get there. I wish we got to see more introspective type stuff like this, but yeah, last episode tomorrow. It's all over. I don't know. People saying there's going to be more seasons. Who knows? But it looks like they're setting themselves up in a way that they need to have more seasons. But stay tuned, guys. Keep commenting. Keep sharing the videos. I read every single comment. I like and heart almost every comment. Just to let you guys know, I did see them. I did read them. I'm trying to comment more back and forth. But yeah, keep it coming. Love your guys' insights. People come up with way better ideas than the show could ever actually be. But yeah, keep it going and stay tuned for episode 6. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.